Okay, I just like to say all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, HaMashiach Yahushai. I can say Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Hallelujah. There's Elder Barak, all right, from the Mashara Yasha'Allah, House of David. And we just want to go over a few scriptures concerning Revelation 5th chapter. Okay, as you know, you can see how the Most High and Yahushai is bringing things down, bringing things to a close in this society, in this world. Now you got the pestilence, coronavirus, about and wreaking havoc throughout society. Okay, but the Most High teaches us. He said in these last days, there's going to be famines, earthquakes, pestilences, plagues in diverse places. So you see those things happening now, right? So that's why it's important for us to really now get to closer to the Most High, begin to pray to the Most High as much as possible. All right. So in Revelation 5th chapter, it teaches you about there's going to come one that's going to prevail to open up the book, open up the seven seals that you read about in Revelation. And in Revelation, it is talking about how things are going to be disclosed and revealed. When these last days, Yahushua is going to disclose and reveal everything that you read about in Revelation is going to come to pass. But so you can understand, there's a lot of teachings that go around. They, brothers think, and different Israelite schools or camps think that Revelations has already passed, has already came about, which that's not true. The only part of Revelation that came about is the first 3 chapters that you read about in Revelation. Okay, that pretty much came to pass. But the chapters from the 4th chapter on to the 22nd chapter didn't happen yet. And so this is what the Most High is showing us. So when you read Revelation 5th chapter, it tells you how Yahushua is going to come, and he's the one to prevail to open the 7 seals. And once those 7 seals are open, then you're going to have the Great Tribulation period, the Tribulation period, the 7-year Tribulation period, and the Great Tribulation period. Then those things are going to begin to happen. So there's one thing I want to say before we go into that, is that I did a series of about 3 or 4 videos last year, and concerning Revelations and how a brother can unlock. If you're reading the book of Revelations, how do you unlock the key to Revelations? How do you unlock it where you begin to understand it? So we want to begin to understand the book of Revelation and how it's supposed to be broken down and how the prophecy is going to come to pass. But you got to have the key. And what I explained, what the Spirit was showing us, what I explained in those other videos I did last year, was the key to unlocking those videos, unlocking the book of Revelation in that video, was Daniel, the 9th chapter, and the 24th verse, okay, concerning the 70 weeks. And in Daniel 9th chapter, 24th verse, it tells you about the 70 weeks. And the 70 weeks is concerning a 490-year time span, okay, that Israel, okay, the nation of Israel would be in captivity, and that the Most High would be dealing with us in our captivity, and how the Most High would deal with us, and then how we would be, of course, scattered throughout the earth and go into all nations and be scattered throughout the earth in captivity. Well, this last 7 years of the 490 years did not happen yet. And so this is what the Most High has shown us. Those 7 years did not happen yet, but 483 of those years has happened already. So the Most High has shown us that would be the book of Revelation revealed. Those last 7 years would be the book of Revelation revealed. That's why in Revelation you have what's known as the 7 seals. You have the 7 plagues, the 7 trumpets, the 7 vials, because the number 7 representing completion, even the last 7 years of the 490 years, that didn't happen yet. Okay, so we're finding out that's going to be the Revelation, the book of Revelation revealed, those last 7 years, which would be the tribulation period. So the Most High has shown us this. And so when you read the book of Revelation, the 5th chapter, and it says this, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. So these 7 seals now, Yahushua is showing us that before any of this tribulation period happened, 7 seals, okay, these 7 seals would have to be broken. And the only one that's capable and has prevailed to break it is Yahushua. And this is what the Mosai is showing us. Okay, so 7 seals have to be broken. Okay, these 7 seals have to be broken before the tribulation period starts. Even though it appears like you're in the tribulation period, but you're not. You're not in the tribulation period yet, but we're closing in on that time real soon. So it says again, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. So the angel is seeing, the angel is given John, and John is seeing this vision from Yahushua, okay? And he's seeing this vision. And this vision, he's seeing how the book of Revelation and what's going to be revealed in the last days. All right, so Yahushua is given him this vision, but he said it is sealed. Just like when you read the book of Daniel, the Most High told Daniel to seal the book, meaning it will not be uncovered, or the understanding will not be uncovered until the end. He told Ezra, okay, there were certain books that Ezra wrote, but the Most High told him certain ones don't give to the congregation, don't give to the people. Seal it up until the time of the end. Same thing with John, the book of Revelation. The certain understandings in the book of Revelation are sealed until the time of the end. Then the Most High will begin in these last days to reveal the book of Revelation. So we have to understand this, because the book of Revelation is a book that's going to be uncovered in the last days, okay, in these last times. Even though it was written during the time of John, and John was on the island of Patmos in 96 AD, and the Spirit of truth came to him to write the book of Revelation, and he was told to send it unto the 7 churches, representing the nation of Israel, of course. So now we're in those last days. So now the Most High has given us the key to unlocking the book of Revelation. Okay? And so this is what we have to understand. And that key is Daniel, the 9th chapter, and the 24th verse. So I'm just read that, just the 24th verse in Daniel 9, so we can understand what it's talking about. It says, 70 weeks are determined upon thy people. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon the holy city to finish, which is Mount Zion, okay, the holy city, Jerusalem, Israel, to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins. That which means the sins that our people had committed against the Most High. Okay, to the end of those sins, the end of it, where the Most High is going to begin to redeem us physically and wholly and spiritually, won't end until the time of the end of the 70 weeks. Okay, which is that last 7 years of the 70 weeks. Until that time comes, okay, then the tribulation and the sins of our people will not be complete or end. Okay, until that time comes. So we're heading toward that time now. Then it says, see, that's why it says to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins. Okay, and to make reconciliation for iniquity. When will the reconciliation, okay, come into full view, okay, with the Most High? Until the end of the 490 years, which is the end of the 70 weeks that Yahushua is talking about, okay? And to bring in everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and the prophecy and to anoint the most holy. So when is that going to come? When is the seal up the vision? And the vision is not only the vision that the Most High gave Daniel, but also the vision the Most High gave John, which is the book of Revelation. So that vision, that full vision, will not be sealed and finished until the end of the 490 years, which is the last 7 years of the 70 weeks. Okay, and this is what the Most High showed me. This is a little pamphlet. It's called the 70 Weeks, and in this pamphlet, it's a breakdown of the 70 weeks and how it's broken down. Okay, but the 70 weeks started, so you can understand, during the time of the decree that was given by Artaxerxes Longimanus. That decree was given. Once that decree was given to Nehemiah to begin to build the walls of Jerusalem back, and of course Ezra also had already started building the temple back. But once that decree was given by Artaxerxes Longimanus, because we were under the Persian rule, so this is 457 BC. The Israelites were under the Persian rule under Artaxerxes Longimanus. From that time on up until the crucifixion of Hamashiach Yahushai is 483 years span. That's when the 70 weeks started. Okay, and only up to the crucifixion of Yahushua, you have a total of 483 years span. Okay, we were in the land. Okay, and of course, as you know, in 70 AD, we were rooted up out of the land and dispersed throughout all the nations in captivity. The Most High does not deal with us according to what this prophecy is saying. The Most High is not dealing with us in this prophecy because we're in our captivity. The Most High will begin the last 7 years of the 490 years of the 70 weeks when we're back in the land of Jerusalem and Mount Zion. That's when the 7-year tribulation period is going to begin. So 483 years have happened, but the other 7 years haven't happened yet because why? We're not in the land. And when the Most High is only going to begin to deal with us again as a nation when we're in the land and dealing and praying with the Most High and keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, that's when the tribulation period is going to start. So we got to remember that. Okay, so 70 weeks is 70 weeks times 7, which is 490 years complete. 483 of it happened already. Okay, we were in the land from the time of Artaxerxes' decree that the walls of Jerusalem should be built up again, all up until the crucifixion of Yahushua in 30 AD. 483 years have happened. Now, the other 7 years, could you say from the time of Yahushua all up until now, 2,000 years have gone by, over 2,000 years. So the 7 years should have happened already, right? No. It's only going to happen when we're all, as a nation, or the leadership of, on the remnant of Israel and the leadership built back up in Jerusalem, okay, in these last days, then the Most High will begin the last 7 years. That last 7 years is, of course, the book of Revelation, when you read about in the Bible, okay? That's why it says 7 seals, 7 last plagues, 7 vials, 7 trumpets, okay? 7-year tribulation period, okay? And then the last half of the 7-year tribulation period, you're going to have in Matthew 24, it tells you the great tribulation period, okay? That's what the Most High is showing us. So that's in Daniel. So Daniel 9:24 represents the key to opening up the book of Revelation. And this is what you get. The Most High showed me back in 2006, 2007 to write, begin to break down the book of Revelation. This pamphlet here, okay, which I sold many copies already, is the Most High showing me the breakdown, how to break down and how to unlock the book of Revelation. And it says Revelations Revealed. And under it says Barak Ben Yashala. Okay, so and this book is about $25. So all you got to do if you want a copy of the books, go to Barak Ben Yashala on Facebook and let me know you want a copy. I can send you a copy. But this is the breakdown of only the book of Revelation and how the Most High is giving us the key to breaking it down so we can have a full understanding. And that key is Daniel 9:24. So there's a key to unlocking the book of Revelation. That's why revelation is a Latin word. It means apocalypsis, which means to disclose, uncover. How do you uncover the book of Revelation when it was sealed? How do you disclose and how do you reveal the book of Revelation when it was sealed? So now in these last days, the Most High has shown us to be able to uncover it and get the key to unlocking the door to understanding the book of Revelation. Okay, so now when you go back to Revelation 5, and I read the first verse again, it says this, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. So it is sealed. Okay, and when you read in Revelation 6 chapter, it gives you the beginnings of the 7 seals. Okay, and what's going to happen when the 7 seals are broken. Okay, so these 7 seals are going to be broken, but they're not broken just yet. So that's why when you read the scriptures, it says in Matthew 24, what does Matthew 24 teach us? It says the end is not yet. Even though you see all this chaos, death and destruction and bloodshed, it said the end is not yet. So Matthew 24:7, it says this, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences. Say pestilences like the coronavirus, earthquakes. We have earthquakes every day, all right, and famine every day in diverse places, in different places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So the Most High said the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up. Okay, so that's the beginning of sorrow. Now, when you go up above that, it says in the 6th verse, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So the Most High is showing us the end is not yet. Even all these things that you see happening now, the end is just not quite yet, right? Because why? The seals have to be broken in the book of Revelation. And the tribulation period must come. Okay? It has to come. In order for Yahushua to bring in the kingdom of heaven and issue in the kingdom of heaven, the tribulation period must come. So it says here, again, Revelation 5:2, and I saw a strong angel. Okay, I saw a strong angel. I tell you what, let's go to Isaiah 29, just so you can understand. Isaiah 29:11, about the sealed book. Show you how the Most High sealed certain understandings, okay, until the time of the end. So it says, Isaiah 29:11, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed. See? Which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. So the Most High deliberately sealed it so that everybody wouldn't understand it. But remember, the scripture says he revealed his secrets to his prophets, the servants, okay, to his prophets. So the secrets of how it could be uncovered, Revelation, book of Daniel, how it can be uncovered, would be delivered to his prophets, but in the last days. So now when you read in the book of 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, right? What do he tell Esdras in the Apocrypha? Okay, 14th chapter and the 39th verse. He says this, stuff from the 39th verse. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. And I took it and drank, and when I had drank of it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast, for my spirit strengthened my memory. So this is Ezra, right? How he was given the spirit of truth and wisdom and knowledge to begin to write books. Okay? And my mouth was opened and shut no more. And the highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. Okay, and then it says in the 43rd verse, as for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. In 40 days they wrote 204 books. Okay, in 40 days. And it came to pass, when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly. So the Most High is telling Ezra, what you wrote first, you publish that openly to the people, okay, that the worthy and unworthy may read it. But keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. So he had to keep some back and give to some that were only the wise, meaning the parts that were the Most High wanted to seal up and not give to everybody. Those only the wise were given that. That's what the Most High is teaching us here in 2nd Esdras. So only the wise. So the same thing here. The Most High is only going to reveal it to his servants, the prophets. So the books were sealed. All right. And so as we continue, it says Revelation 5, it says, and 2, it says, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? So who is worthy to open the book and loose the seals thereof? Okay, so you're going to find out there is nobody worthy to open the book and loose the seals thereof, except who? And it's going to show you it's the Mashiach Yahushua. So it's no man on earth, no man in the heavens, no man under the earth, only the Mashiach Yahushua. The 3rd verse, and no man in heaven, nor on earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. So nobody is able to open the book or to look thereon. See, how about that? So only the ones who the Most High and Yahushua want to give it to. Okay, so again, it says, and I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. So this is John saying he wept much because nobody was worthy. Okay, and the 5th verse says this, and one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. So who is the Lion of the tribe of Judah? And we're talking about Yahushua. Okay, so Yahushua, of course, was a Judite. This is why when you go into Genesis, it tells you that Yahushua, nothing's going to be done until Yahushua comes back and redeem the nation of Israel. Okay, Genesis 49, okay, and the 10th verse. It says this, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, meaning a scepter is a ruling instrument. So the scepter and Judah being the head tribe and being able to administer the commandments and laws and statutes of the Most High and so forth, that leadership position, it will not depart from Judah. Why? Because Yahushua is, of course, a Judite. So it's going to come through Hamashiach Yahushua. And this is why in Hebrews, it tells you in Hebrews 7:14, for it is evident that our power, Yahushua, sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. See? So Yahushua came out of the tribe of Judah. And then in Genesis 49:10, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. Okay? Until what? Until Shiloh come. Shiloh represents the Mashiach Yahushua. Okay? Till Shiloh come. And unto him shall be the gathering of the people be. Unto Yahushua the gathering of the people shall be. Okay? So until he come, that's when the gathering shall be. Okay? So the Most High is showing us that in Yahushua is going to be that revelation, that revealing of the seven seals in Yahushua. Nobody else. Okay, and then as we can finish, I'm gonna read the 5th verse again. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. Now it says Yahushua is the root of David, okay, which the scriptures clearly tell us he's the root of David, which it tells you in Revelation. Okay, Revelation 22:16. I, Yahushua, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright morning star. So this is the Mashiach Yahushua, who is the bright and morning star. He's the root and offspring of David. So the Most High is showing us that. Okay, so if Yahushua is the offspring of David and the root of David, which means he came out of the lineage of David, which we know Joseph, being his father, came out of the lineage of David, which means he came out of the seed of David. Okay, so which makes him physically, okay, according to lineage and race, Yahushua, a Hebrew Israelite, a Judite. Okay, so the Immaculate Conception and all that cannot be if he came out of the root of David. Okay, so this is what that's talking about. And then, again, Hebrews 2nd chapter, if you go to Hebrews 2nd chapter, and the 10th verse, it says this. Okay, Hebrews 2:10. For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering. So the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering. It became of who? Talking about the Mashiach Yahushua. So it became of him for whom all things, and by whom all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, and to make the captain of their salvation perfect. So the captain of our salvation is the Mashiach Yahushua. Okay, so that's who we are waiting for. In the spirit of the Most High Yahushua, we're waiting for Yahushua to redeem us. Okay, and that's going to happen that cannot happen until the tribulation period comes forward and happens. Okay, the 11th verse. For both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one. Okay, so who sanctifieth? The Mashiach. Who sanctified? The nation of Israel. Most High teaches they're all of one. Okay, so the nation of Israel has to be one in Mashiach Yahushua. And if you're not one in Yahushua, then Yahushua say, I will spew you out of my mouth. Okay, you will not be redeemed. You'll be put to death. Okay, again, it says, for both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren. So Yahushua is not ashamed to call us brethren. Once we become one with Yahushua, then we become brethren with Hamashiach, saying, I will declare thy name. See, we declare the Mashiach's name, Yahushua. Okay, we declare that name, Yahushua, saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee. So in the midst of the church, this is in the Psalms. So David is saying, in the midst of the church, okay, I will declare thy name in the congregation and sing praises unto Yahushua. Okay, so we have to become one with the Mashiach Yahushua. And then what does John teach us? John 12:32. John 12:32 teaches this. And if I be lifted up from among the earth, I will draw all men unto me. See? Thus he said, signifying what death he should die. So we got to lift Yahushua up, And then Yahushua will draw all men unto him, meaning he will bring and redeem the nation of Israel. But our job is to uplift Yahushua, okay? Not uplift man, but uplift Yahushua, okay? And then in Timothy, 1 Timothy 6:15 says this, which in his times he shall show who is the blessed and only potentate, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, talking about the Mashiach. So in a certain time, Yahushua is going to reveal who is the only King of Kings. Okay, he's going to reveal that. And we're talking about in these last days, when the book of Revelation is being revealed, Yahushua is going to reveal. He is the only King of Kings. Okay, so now you go back to Revelation 5, and it says this, Revelation 5:6. Okay, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of the Most High, sent forth unto all the earth. So Yahushua is showing us, okay, that in the throne, he's showing John this vision, okay, that he's that lamb, and this lamb had 7 eyes and 7 horns and 7 eyes. Okay, and these are, of course, the 7 archangels of the Most High, and as it were, of a lamb. Okay, but in the midst of the throne, there were 4 beasts, and of course, you had the elders, the 24 elders. You had them also. Okay, so it's going to break it down. Okay, in the 7th verse says, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. Okay, so this angel took the book of the 7 seals, okay, and of him that sat on the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. Now, here you have where Yahushua is showing us, you have the 24 elders up there on the throne also, which means these elders are redeemed men from the earth, because when you read the scriptures, it will show you that angels are not considered elders. Okay, they don't give that title to angels. So these are men, these elders, whoever these elders are. And remember, this is a vision that John is seeing at the throne of the Most High. So this is happening. This would be happening in the spiritual world. Okay, and you have the 4 beasts, which are angelic angels, and then you have the 24 elders, okay, amongst them. And then, of course, you have the whole host of angels. So these 24 elders are elders, and Mosiah specifically says elders, meaning these are men who are from the earth, who Yahushua has chosen to be up there in the spiritual world with Yahushua at this time. And these elders will be given certain privileges to come up there by the throne of the Most High and to witness this, okay, and to witness Yahushua being able to break the 7 seals. Okay, so I'm going to read it one more time, and it says this, from the 7th verse, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. So these 24 elders, okay, are redeemed men in the earth, is going to take as we read on down. But the prayers of the saints are the prayers that are received up to the throne by the Spirit of the Most High in Yahushua by our people, Israel. When we pray, the spirit of our prayer goes up to the Most High through spiritual vibration. That's why when you read in Revelation 8:3, it says this: "And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne." So this golden censer, okay, and the prayers, when you pray, your prayers offered up. All right, Yahweh takes it, the angels take it and bring it to the Most High through a certain type of incense, which is a more appropriate way for your prayer to be presented to the Most High. But only Yahweh can present your prayer, because Yahweh is the mediator. So only Yahweh can present your prayer to the Most High. Okay, so we understand now the 24 elders, they're up there. They're redeemed. They're up there in the spiritual world with the Most High. So as we read the 9th verse, it says this. Okay, and they sung a new song, saying, "Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seal." So Yahweh is worthy now to take this book, okay, and to open the 7 seals thereof, okay. And then it says, "And to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nations." So Yahweh is the only one that's able to that's prevailed to open the book, the 7 seals. And that's what's going to happen in these last days. The 7 seals are going to be broken. Then you're going to begin to have the 7-year tribulation period. Then you're going to see the revealing of who the Antichrist is, and the revealing of the 2nd seal, okay, and the 3rd seal, and the 4th seal, and the 5th seal, and the 6th seal, and the 7th seal. All that is going to be revealed. The false prophet, all that is going to be revealed in these last days. And what the Most High is bringing on this earth, the death, destruction, and bloodshed, all that is going to be revealed. But not until the seals are broken by the Mashiach Yahushua. Okay, so let's say in Colossians 1:12, it says this. Because we have to understand that Yahushua is the only one that's going to bring this. Okay, Colossians 1:12 says this: "Giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who have delivered us from the power of darkness, and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have," see again, have translated us into his kingdom of his dear Son, talking about Yahushua. So we, being one in Yahushua, are going to be translated into the kingdom of heaven. But we must begin to what? Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. So in order to be translated, you have to be humble and to begin to follow law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Okay, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. So even the forgiveness of sins, okay, and we have redemption through his blood. Okay, the 15th verse, "Who is the image of the invisible power, the first